like that. This is a bit catfishing. I've recently got hired to create an online dating profile for a man, and it also got me thinking about some of the red flags that your profile may be full of and what makes online dating almost unbearable. So number one thing that makes online dating really complicated is that you have no idea what you're looking for. And I'm not talking about artificial things, and yes, I'm not denying that physical attraction is very important. However, I'm talking more about values and your long-term goals. So for example, probably going to skip the guy who says first round is on me if blah blah blah. I am not going to match with a guy who says he smokes weed and occasionally does drugs, because I'm just not part of that environment and I wouldn't even know what to do with this, because I just don't do that kind of stuff. I'm very much into health and taking care of yourself. If I see that someone is overweight, it's not just a physical thing that I'm really put off by, but also that we're not going to share similar values, because he doesn't look after his body, he doesn't care what he eats. And I think these are signs of self-respect, that you do care about yourself and you have to keep your body and mind in a certain way. I think just understanding, okay, what am I looking for? Because if you're walking into the shop and you are thinking, oh, I just want to buy a jumper, it's a one thing. But if you're thinking, okay, I want to buy a cashmere white jumper, that is a very, very different thing. Which gets me to the next point, is that you are too rigid about what you're looking for, and you may be rigid about things that are not that important. For example, this 6 foot thing. Just recently I bumped into someone that I dated in the past on an online dating app, and I saw that he says that he's 6 foot, but I know for sure he's not 6 foot. And yes, he's only lying about a tiny teeny bit of inches, centimeters. I just still don't know inches, but he's lying because there is this big obsession by probably even you watching this, like this video, if you actually want your man to be 6 foot and above and you refuse to date anyone who's not like that. I saw this video pop the other day. It was actually very funny, and the bride was giving the speech and she said that the reason we are here today is because this man lied about his height on a dating app. So I think when you're being rigid about things that may not be that important in the long run, his eyebrows, his nose, and I know everyone has different things, but just don't limit yourself to certain maybe physical aspects that may prevent you to meet someone really great. You are chasing ghosts. So if you are living in a place where it's not millions and millions of people, at some point you may bump into either your ex, someone you dated in the past, someone that you wish showed you attention because you know this person, maybe even someone that keeps coming back into your life. I actually have a lot of videos on my channel on why you are so attracted to unavailable men and why you keep chasing unavailable love. So if that's something that you are still trying to resolve, then make sure that you subscribe to my channel. And welcome back if you are the old viewer. This funny thing happened to me very recently, and I have to admit, I don't do that often, but this time I was engaging with this person just for content. The moment I saw him send me that heart, I'm like, yes! Because I've seen him before on a dating app and I remember this guy. I knew that at some point he will see me, because that's just how the algorithm works. And he sent me this heart and I'm like, well, do you not remember me? Because he was someone that I went on one date. I actually met him on a speed dating event. If you've never been to a speed dating event, you should definitely watch this video on my channel later. We met on a speed dating event. We went to this one date and I thought everything was really great. And then I think for the second date, he wanted me to come to his place. He said he will cook and this is the code language for let's have sex. That was not something I was up for, so I just said, why don't we meet somewhere else instead? So after that, he said that there was a lack of chemistry, and he didn't want to continue talking. He just sent me this text saying it's a lack of chemistry. And then I remember later he tried to re-engage with me on WhatsApp, and I wasn't that interested, and I think he blocked me. I addressed those things in that chat. I wanted to see what's going to happen. I think it's important to not chase those ghosts and maybe remind yourself, okay, why things didn't work out with this person. Yes, people change, but I wouldn't want to be someone's second choice. Do you want to be someone's second choice? No. You have poor manners. So a typical scenario, you are talking to someone and then you just decide, oh, maybe I'm just not into this person, and you just unmatch this person for no reason. I think it's a bit rude, because if you are at a party and you're having a conversation with someone and you're not interested in that conversation, you would ask to be excused. So why not treat the same people on the dating app? Because I think it's important to treat others the way you want to be treated and do your best. And look, I am guilty as well of just unmatching people for no reason, because I'm just not feeling the vibe and I can't be asked, or this conversation is so dry, I'm just like, yeah, whatever. But I think it's important to make an effort not to do this. And people really appreciate this when you do this. I remember talking to this one guy and then telling him, look, I met someone and I want to try with this person, so I wish you all the best. And he sent me this message saying, look, I really appreciate you sending this message instead of just ghosting me or unmatching me for no reason. And then I remember later I was on this different dating app. My friend suggested you should try this dating app, it's really good. This guy, he approached me again on a dating app, and I said, well, do you not remember me? He's like, yes, I remember, and this is exactly the reason why I want to talk to you, because I thought you were polite and respectful, and I really appreciate that. So if it didn't work out with that person that you mentioned, I would really like to get to know you. And I thought, you know what? That actually makes sense. So I think it's very important to treat people with respect. Don't be rude, and just have good manners, right? It doesn't cost anything. And this will also help you to work on your confrontation, because especially if you've been a viewer on this channel, you're probably someone who has tendencies of wanting to please people. So even the smallest confrontation of telling someone, look, I am not interested, I met someone, or I'm just not feeling the vibe, it will help you train your confrontation saying no muscles. Your photos are overly photoshopped. Every wrinkle, everything is gone. Also, some of you are using apps to slim yourself and your weight is not real. No, I think this is not right. Yes, you can put some of the photo where you maybe were at some sort of photo shoot or something and you have this, but then mix it up. So for example, this photo that I have, I used it for one dating profile, and I think this is a bit catfishing. Yes, I have other pictures to mix it up so a person can get like an overall idea of who I am, so that this is just me on a more Photoshop day.
Pose, let me strike that pose, something like that.
Like that? Like this? What are we thinking? Is it like proper catfishing or not? I mean, the person who did the photo shoot, the photographer, I think he added a lot of volume to my hair, and then the under eye bags, I think he removed that or something, because my face looks a bit off. I do not look like that. I know you're trying to put your best foot forward, but you would be surprised what slightly less flattering photos can get you when using online dating. I created an online dating profile with funny looking photos, and the reaction that I got really surprised me. So another thing that's really not helping you when looking for love on dating apps and sites is that you come across as really negative. Now I get it. You're so tired of people wasting your time, conversations that are not going anywhere, cheap men, and the list goes on. But I think there's a way of expressing what you actually want, the person you want to attract, putting yourself out there as a reflection of the person that you want to attract, instead of putting the things that you don't want to attract. So as an example, I added this fun line on my profile saying recruiting for a husband and not ChatGPT pen pal. Now I think it's funny. I like funny things. I have a certain sense of humor, and I feel that the person that I would vibe with, he would get it. But I also think there is an element of negativity here, because I'm still putting the pen pal into the profile. So I'm still kind of saying that, look, I am so sick and tired of engaging with people and conversations that get me nowhere, instead of using that space for things that I really want to attract. I have this other line, looking for someone I can brush my teeth next to. Oh, I think it's cute. It's one of the things that you want when you are intimate with someone and you've become comfortable and you're spending time together. You are staying at each other's place and you're just standing next to the sink together and you're brushing your teeth. That's something you want, right? That's 5 steps forward into that relationship. There is no need to put these negative things. So as much as you may find online dating frustrating, why not focus instead on the things that you want to attract instead of those that you really don't want to attract? You put very low effort into conversations. Every time you match with a new person, you're just like, oh, it's another person, going to waste my time. There is absolutely zero curiosity in you to get to know this person. So you are not asking questions, you are not trying to crack a joke. Just be light, introduce fun into this conversation. And I think it's very important not to be the one who's driving the conversation and the one who's sending paragraphs while this person is responding you with a wink emoji. But how can you be interested in the person in front of you? And how can you make this conversation engaging instead of just dragging, making it so boring? I truly believe that what you put this is what you will also get in return. But the truth is, you could also be just experiencing a major online dating fatigue, which is something I'll talk about later, so don't run away. You agree to message for weeks, sometimes even months, before meeting him face to face. I think this is just a terrible idea. Not only you are creating this fantasy about the person that you think you are talking to, because once you meet them in real life, face to face, and you have this feel of their energy, their essence, sometimes that attraction feels different. And I think it's great to get to know someone, but I would recommend to find a way to meet this person sooner than later. Also, there are a lot of men using online dating sites just for their ego boost, for attention. He may have his wife sleeping next to him and he is messaging you at 11 p.m. So in order to avoid those things, you don't want to get into the ChatGPT pen pal pants. And I've got 3 more, so don't run away. I have a bonus one as well. You refuse to FaceTime. I know it can be a bit awkward, like, oh, FaceTiming, especially if he calls you when you are maybe not wearing the things you would like to be wearing, you're not wearing mascara, or whatever the reason could be. I think when you refuse to FaceTime a man, he is thinking that you try to catfish him, that there is something maybe you are hiding. I've heard quite a few guys point out that there are a lot of women that refuse to FaceTime. You are online dating fatigued. You are looking at every profile, it's just like, and I know the feeling. You're thinking, if I see another guy debate whether pineapple belongs on pizza, I'll be like, kill me now, kill me now. You are finding even yourself in a situation where you just go like this. You're not even reading anything, you're not even looking at anything, just like this, like as if you were swiping for shoes. No, you actually have more interest in online shopping for shoes than looking for a man that maybe could be your potential partner. So when this happens, I think it's very important to check in with yourself and maybe set an intention. Okay, what am I here for? What's my intention? What would I like? What's the ideal case scenario? And yes, you are probably not likely to meet someone straight away, but I also have a girlfriend who joined Hinge, and I think in less than 2 weeks, she met a man that she's expecting now a baby girl with. Oh, I'm so excited about your baby. Oh. Yes, she's already famous. She's on a video. What's your intention? What's your long game? Focus on the long game. You got this. And the bonus one, your profile sounds too generic. Watch this video here to find out more. Like if you found it useful, share with your girlfriend, subscribe for more, and thank you so much for watching.